Before I start off this episode, we really have to set the mood for a dark and dreary video because, the video topic is just so terrifying that we have to include music that's fitting towards this. That's why I brought this onto the set. This bad boy. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? What the hell? Why isn't this closed back? Something stuck? Is there something stuck in the slot? No? What about this side? There are two vinyls of this. Jesus Christ. Okay, now it closed. Hey everybody, disgusting human snot here, back with another lazy excuse for an opening gag in my videos. Sorry I haven't been uploading as normally as I usually would. I've just been occupied with music shit lately, such as I've started my own independent music label. So if there are any artists out there who want to hit me in those DMs, just shoot for the stars, baby. Today in this exciting episode of Who Gives a Shit, we're gonna be taking a look back at the good old creepypastas in the world, and find out why creepypasta is actually on par with diabetes, in the sense that they both suck so much ass. Essentially, we're just sharing a retrospective creepypasta to find out where it all went wrong. Where all the puzzle pieces that seemed to fit so perfectly together all came tumbling down to the lovely melody of a calm susser Todd, if you will. Creepypasta is a freeform site in which seemingly anyone, anywhere, can make and publish online horror stories. Really, the sky's the limit. And because of that, the site has been subject to some actually good and interesting tales, but it's mostly just little kids vomiting on their keyboard and adding blood to the eyes of various Sonic characters. I wish I could provide context on how creepypasta was made and who's responsible for making the site, but whenever I look it up, I just get... So, I was looking up history on creepypasta. I was trying to find who made the fucking site. And then I ran into this amazing Wattpad book called How to Summon Creepypastas. The description says, use it at your own risk. It will work. I did all. Be safe. And thank you for that little bit of caution. I think what really sells it for me is the fucking picture of this book, however. I dragged it onto Google search image, and I immediately found that it was just stolen art. I mean, I could already tell, because it didn't even fit the fucking ratio for the book covers on this site, but just the fact that it really shows you that they gave it their all. How to summon Jeff the Killer. The must be done in your bedroom. Wait until midnight. Take a kitchen knife and go up to your bedroom. Make sure everyone in your house is not awake. Make sure that there is moonlight shining in your bedroom window. Lay down on your bed. Cover yourself with blankets. Hold the knife close to your chest. Close your eyes. Chant, Jeff the Killer, Jeff the Killer, Jeff the Killer. You will hear a voice whisper, go to sleep. Then, open your eyes. Note, Jeff the Killer, like brown hair and dark brown. What the fuck does that even mean? And then, of course, the responses, the fucking comments on this article are just fantastic. Oh, shoot. Fuck. Welp, I'm fucked. Ha ha ha, fuck you all, I'm blonde, bitches. Okay, it looks kinda brown, but a light one. Colon 3. And then, this one comment is just absolutely spectacular. I cannot believe I'm doing this. Fuck. Well, it doesn't say fuck. That's too hot and spicy for the internet, so he puts a little little star where the U's supposed to be. F my life. YOLO. I'm gonna die, and I'm light brown. I'm done. I need to wait 2 hours for this to work. Great. Just fucking fantastic, you know. I'm just so glad that this is something I found. The fan base is the most essential part to the death of creepypasta. It basically almost single-handedly killed off the entire platform from having any dignity or integrity to begin with. Fan bases in general are usually the worst part of any piece of media. They'll typically idolize the thing they're fans of so much that they'll outright refuse to believe that this thing they're worshiping isn't flawless. They'll just completely refuse the very idea of that. They also typically hold these beliefs up on such a high platform that they miss the point of what they're worshiping completely. Such a case is with creepypasta as well. Let's take a look further, shall we? Whenever it comes to understanding common practices and themes of horror, the number one thing to remember is the fear of the unknown. It's such a frequently used method when making any horror-related form of media because it's honestly and genuinely effective. So many people are afraid of the dark because they don't know what's in there. It could be fucking anything in there. It's terrifying to people. The world could be out to get them, and with their senses dulled visually, there's that chance that anything could happen to them at any moment. They can't fucking tell because now the sense that they relied on the most to keep them alert is now handicapped. Now, here's why people aren't afraid of the light. You ready for this? You sitting down? If you are, you should stay in your seat because this will fucking blow you out of it. It'll blow your ass clean off. It's fucking mind-blowing. You ready for this? Alright. They're not scared of the light because they can fucking see everything. Suddenly that sense of fear washes over them because they can now visually see that there's nothing else in the room. Fear of the unknown doesn't apply anymore because what was once unknown is now not only known, but also familiar to the person, or in our case, the audience, since this is in fact a collection of public stories. Look at the original Alien movie, for instance. When that movie came out, it was beyond effective. The monster was scary as hell, the lighting was perfect, the atmosphere was fantastic. And you wanna know what set all this up for the purest sensation of success? Fear the unknown, you dumb bitch! Alright, now go back and watch that movie today, and disregard any present connotation or emotion you feel for that movie. It fucking sucks now. It's disinteresting, it's boring, and it's just not fucking scary, which is why it's disinteresting and boring. But why? How could this happen to my precious 70s classic, Exro? This was one of my favorite horror movies of all time, you fucking asshole. Truthfully speaking, it isn't the movie's fault that it's aged over time. The leading factor in that movie was the fear of the unknown to begin with. So what happens when pop culture takes this fear and turns it into a pop icon with the 1,000,003 action sequels as the Xenomorphs becomes every child's favorite Halloween outfit? It dulls the movie experience! What was once unknown is feared is now known. We know everything about the Xenomorphs now. We've seen their behaviors, how they act. We pretty much know their fucking grandmother's names at this point. It isn't fucking scary to us anymore because we know the Xenomorph too well. They're too familiar with us, and familiarity, it ain't scary. It ain't this thing that sells the big bucks, or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know about the box office receipts. Last movie. Hey, everybody, here's all my ad revenue. $5. Fucking spend it on alien shit. Unfortunately, all the stupid kids on the internet that so desperately want to be a part of any community at all, you know, they often take a lot of famous creepypastas and they define every aspect of the paranormal entity of that story or the story itself. Whether this is through fan sequels, shitty DeviantArt pictures, what have you. What misses the point even harder, which is something that I didn't even realize could be done at this point, is the fanbase's more sexual contribution to these characters. I really feel like I don't even have to go into why this completely ruins the character or the story of the creepypasta. So I won't. I really feel like I don't even have to go into why this completely ruins the character or the story of the creepypasta. I mean, they're fucking sexualized. It's not only completely out of place for the paranormal characters in questioning, but it shows a more human angle of these characters that just shouldn't fucking exist. The point of these characters aren't to rationalize with them, they're not to empathize with them, and they're certainly not to become erect from them. It's supposed to fucking scare you, at least most of the time anyways. I should also note that for this section in particular, I'm also going to include anyone who tries to make these paranormal entities more human-like. This is because while it might not be as extreme as overly sexualizing the character, it holds the same idea in mind. I don't know how many fucking times I have to say it, but this ruins the fucking... Now, the fan base is quite awful, don't get me wrong. But another big contribution to this is the creators themselves. The ultimate factor in this is because of how much freedom anyone has whenever they enter onto the site. A wise poet once said, "Not all men should have all that power." That poet, of course, was the illustrious Kanye West. Now, am I blaming the creators of the site for giving people the ability to freely write at their own will, whatever the hell they want to? No, not at all. But a big factor in why so many children and amateurs took over the site is because of... Every kid in their lives eventually experienced this stage of angst, or even multiple stages of angst. I know I sure as hell did when I was a kid, and when I went through it, it was just as retardedly stupid and edgy as every other kid's stages were. Kids don't know how to deal with angst, and whenever they're presented with the ability to express that sensation as well as join a community filled with people who feel the same way, they'll pursue it, naturally. For many children in 2012, this was a creepypasta. It still fucking is, as a matter of fact. Ain't that a wacky, goofy fact? The problem is, they really shouldn't communicate this angst, at least not publicly online, because when they do, it melts into the biggest fucking meme on the block. If there's anything I know about children, it's two things. One, they can't write, and two, they can't handle criticism that would have otherwise helped them to become a better writer. At least not until they're older and more mature, where they can actually comprehend the idea of, thinking critically. Because of this, we now have a giant circle jerk of children practically running the community at this point, making just beyond shitty stories. As a result, we now have this. This, you might ask? It's the most popular creepypasta of all time. I mean, look at this. Look at this fucking thing. It's the goofiest face I've ever goddamn seen. Get this Tom Cruise looking asshole out of my face. I don't accept garbage. I'm a real man. I accept real fucking books into my life, like, shit, do I have any books? Like this Deadpool Suicide Kings comic that I have that I never fucking read. Oh good, this is the first page I turned to. Look guys, it's Deadpool. Can't you recognize Deadpool when you see him? He's right there. He's right there. Creepypasta was a legitimately cool idea. It even kickstarted some writers' careers, like the writer for Pen Pals, which is an actually good creepypasta, by the way. Unfortunately, this for the most part isn't the case. Now, do I blame children? Yes, I entirely blame children for the death of creepypasta. Am I gonna get overly angry about it? No, because I don't fucking care. If there's anyone I can't stand, It's the type of people who get so fucking outraged at children using the internet. Yeah, granted, it's possible that maybe kids under a certain age shouldn't use the internet, but at the same time, you're really not gonna stop it. I mean, hey, when I was a kid, I was like on the internet all the fucking time, and hey, when I was a kid, I did even worse things than write shitty stories or make really bad fucking pictures of Slender Man with about a million abs. If you've paid attention to my videos, you've probably heard me mention that I've been on YouTube since 2010. I was a little fucking kid when I joined. I was a wee lad. I was a little tiny fucking kid. So you can already imagine all the stupid shit I've done on this site, all the stupid shit I've fucking released. Oh, God. So, yep, that's that, I suppose. Good. More videos out, hopefully next week. We'll plan for next week next time. I'll try to make it a more consistent thing, you guys. Don't worry. Don't you fret. Don't you fear. And if this video gets a copyright strike from Warner Brothers because of that stupid fucking Superman vinyl, I swear to God, I'm going to shoot myself in the fucking asshole.